Friends and watchers of Illusion, welcome to another Delboy film retrospective and unboxing. And this one's taken a little bit of time to actually get back to. I haven't done a film capsule review for a while because I've had a few PC issues and I've had a few health issues. But we're back. And this one's got a little less notes because I planned to do it late last year, believe it or not. But saying that, we're going to do a bit of a classic. It's from 1984, and 1984, what a classic year. It was very, very important probably for me in my life because I was approaching the end of leaving school. There was a girl that I was interested in, that I wanted to be my girlfriend. And the music, wow, synthesizers were just so important in my life, along with computers. I was now on really my second or third most important computer in my life, although I'd had a number of computers that I'd fixed, had for a while and then sold on. So why am I babbling on about all of that? Well, we're going to be talking about this film, Electric Dreams, and that's why you'll see it's in the cellophane, because we're going to do an unboxing. But I've seen it many times. When I was reviewing this film and I saw it last year, I've got a digital version of it, so I know exactly what the quality of this Blu-ray is like. And it's quite good. Obviously not 4K standard. The colours are quite nice. The picture's sharp. A little bit less sharp inside, but when the outside scenes are there, pretty good. But what's it all about? Electric Dreams. Why is it so important to me? Well, just to give a little bit of the story then. Electric Dreams follows the story of Mike Harding. And he's an architect who's sort of like come up with a new invention, a way to help buildings during earthquakes by designing a sort of like a jigsaw piece type fixture, so that when the earthquakes happen, they don't rock so much. But he's hit a bit of a snag, and he's got lots and lots of ideas, and he was recommended that he go to the local computer shop, which he did. So he's got his apartment, he's gone to the computer shop, he's asked about a basic computer, and they sell him this massive behemoth of a computer. Now, he signs onto the computer and he signs his name in wrong. He signs it Moles instead of Miles. And so the computer always refers to him as Moles. He's quite impressed by the computer, and he decides to buy extra things that he doesn't really need. He starts putting in door locking systems, the way to turn the lights on, much like we do now with our automated procedures, you know, with our little devices that I won't spell the name of because we all know. But what happened was he was putting in his information for all of his idea, but needed some more information, and he wanted to download the stuff that was on the mainframe at work. But basically, he started downloading the whole information database from many sources, and the computer overheats. And the only way he could think to actually, I don't know why he does this, the only way he thinks of not to overheat it is to pour a bottle of wine or champagne over it, and basically it smolders and switches itself off. But unknown to him, he hasn't destroyed his computer. It actually becomes sentient. It actually gets a personality and allows it to think for itself. So he switches the computer on, and lo and behold, it's sort of like he's working, but he has to go off to work. All while this is going on, a new lady has moved upstairs, played by Virginia Madsen, and she's a celloist in an orchestra, and she's playing Minuet in G minor. Cool. Why couldn't I think of that? It's from the Notebook of Anna Magdalena. I think it's Bach, isn't it? Yeah. Anyways, she's playing this classic piece, and with all of the equipment that the computer now has, with all this equipment that Miles bought, he can listen to this music, and the computer is interested in this and starts trying to play the music back, get the right pitch and so forth. Of course, with this old house, the music flows through the sort of like air conditioning ducts, and she can hear it. So she starts playing back with the computer that's trying to tune itself, and they start playing in tandem. This starts off a triangle love affair, because not only now has Miles bumped into her and thought she's quite nice and wouldn't mind going out with her, the computer has suddenly started to have an attraction to her. So there's a love triangle, and it sort of goes on from here. It's the love triangle grows. Miles tries to stop the computer. It comes back to life. It realizes that love is the thing that drives us all in the world. And the rest, really, I'd like you to watch. I don't really want to go too much more into it. But I'll give you a little bit of some background on this. It's directed by Steve Barron. Now, Steve Barron is quite an important name for directing videos, music videos. But he didn't actually do too many films. This was his first directional debut. Later on, he did Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Coneheads, a couple of others. But he's more important for music videos for Michael Jackson, Bryan Adams, Human League, which is quite important for this particular film, Aha, a number of others. And the film is written by Rusty Lemorande. I hope I've pronounced that correct, because it really looks like lemonade. You look at it. This one is a director, actor, film producer. Again, has done a number of films that I remember, like Caddyshack. Not necessarily all written stuff. That would be executive producer on that particular film, just to give you an indication. But did direct the film Journey to the Center of the Earth much later on, about 1989, which isn't a terrible film, but not exactly fantastic. I quite enjoy it. I put that on in bank holidays. And of course, the main actor, Lenny von Dohlen. I keep remembering his face, but don't seem to remember too much about the films that he's in. When I was looking, the films that came to mind with this, obviously apart from Electric Dreams, was Jennifer 8, Eye of the Beholder, and Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me. He's got one of those faces that you sort of go, oh, I know where he's from. The sad news about Lenny von Dohlen is that he died in 2022 of a long illness. Extremely sad to hear about an actor that dies from a long illness. He was in his 60s, but there's a lot of other films I haven't mentioned that he was in. But more importantly, Virginia Madsen, which I mentioned before. This was one of her first films. In fact, it was her second film, and she developed sort of like a very close relationship with Lenny von Dohlen. And she wanted it to go further, but it didn't go any further. They were great friends all the way up until the end. And this is quite a film for her, because in the same year, she was in the first June film. And she was a princess in that film. So she laughingly remembers this and turns around and said, it's a weird, because in the film earlier on in the year, I was a girlfriend, and then suddenly I was a princess of the whole of the galaxy. And she laughs when she talks about that. But she's also been a character in one of my favourite comedies on TV, Frasier. But going back to 1984 and this film, the music part, yes. Oh my God, what can I say? Giorgio Moroder, and I can never pronounce his name very well, is the person that did the music, but it's more important probably for the bands that play in it. You know, Culture Club is in here, ELO. I've mentioned Human League, and that's because he had a very important part of being in Human League. But it's all synthesizer type music, and that's the sort of thing that drew me into this film, and why I asked this girl that I was interested in to go to the pictures for me, because this, if you haven't understood already, is a rom-com film, and I'm not terribly into romantic comedies. I much more prefer science fiction, horror, action, dramas. But if I was to really mention a film that is a romantic comedy that I would go and see again and again, Electric Dreams is probably the one that I would choose. Like I say, the person's done film scores as well. Superman 3, Scarface, Midnight Express. And those are some absolutely quintessential great films. But I think I've talked enough, haven't I? I think I have. So we better get round to the unboxing, hadn't we? So you can see it's all in cellophane. And just take all of this cellophane off. It's just a standard clam case. There is no steelbook. There is no 4K for this. I've had this on VHS. I've had it on DVD. Now I've got it on Blu-ray. It's been out for quite a while for Blu-ray. I don't think it's out of print yet. So it's in a nice black case. So it's black on black. Yeah, hopefully you can see that. It says Meet Edgar. Yeah, the computer is called Edgar when he gets sentient. There's the back of it. A boy, a girl, and a computer. That's basically it. The special features, a new restoration. Is this a story? A new interview with the director, Electric Dreams. New interview with the writer and producer. And Miles and Madeline. New interviews with Lenny and with Virginia. So you got some extras on here. When you open it up, nothing. No leaflet or anything, just a black disc. Quite nice, that goes with the front cover. And now something that I don't normally do. I thought I'd introduce this. Why not, I thought to myself. We'll go to media playback. Here we are. And I've got the trailer. Now, the reason I don't normally do trailers is that they usually get copyright strikes. But I checked and I actually put this in one of my blogs. So I'm going to shut up now and you can watch the trailer and maybe it'll interest you in the film.
Shouldn't tell you this, but take my advice and get yourself one of these. What is it? A computer. You should see the big one Riley's got in the basement.
Can I help you?
Yes. I'm looking for one of those things that helps keep you organized.
You want computer components. You know, like stereo equipment? Then you just update the part that gets outdated.
Oh, listen, I don't know anything about computers.
Nobody does. But don't you want one for when you do find out?
Now what? I thought you'd like to meet a friend. It's for you. Hope it feels all right.
So many words.
on. Hello.
You must be my new neighbor.
You're moving in? Bye. The words, you gotta understand.
Yes.
Kiss, do it with the mouth.
Love.
It's the most powerful feeling in the universe. So, do you think you can give me a hand?
Do I have one?
I mean, can you help me?
A love. What?
Song. S-O-N.
N-G.
There we go with the trailer. Hopefully I won't get a copyright strike on that. I didn't last time. But if anybody was to ask me, would I recommend this film? Oh, yeah. If you got a sort of like an interest in nostalgia with computers of the past, if you like romantic comedies, if you like the music of the 80s, that's the thing. I think you'll get a kick out of going back to this film. It's one that I go back to every several years. It's not something that I play an awful lot. It's not something that I religiously play once a year. But whenever I've got that nostalgic feel where I want to go back to the 80s, I tend to motivate myself towards this film. And that's the end of this sort of like retrospective. It's got everything really in this film. It's got love and conflict and all of those sort of lovely things. So, to be quite honest, a thumbs up. And with that, I'm going to say salute until next time. And hopefully you'll come across the next film capsule review. And with that, bye-bye.